that 2020, 2021 season, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you had this, you started sharing some Bruce Lee inspirations, some quotes. I think they had sent you a shirt, and I started kind of peeping. There was like a philosophy of his that you had started to kind of integrate into your own philosophy. What inspiration did you pull from Bruce Lee and his thought process?
Yeah, I've always loved like combat sports, and my dad used to show me all the Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee movies back in the day, and I just loved them. I thought they were cool. I loved the fight scenes, and as I got older, I started looking more into his philosophy and what he represented, and it just stuck with me. And a lot of what we've already talked about is like that's kind of where I get a lot of that from, because he was a fighter, right? You think of fighting, you think of angry, tough, I'm fighting, and a lot of my buddies are either UFC, Bellator guys, and getting to know them more and more, you realize that fighting is all about preparation and being calm, but controlled in chaos. And so I always appreciated that because I relate it to football and being able to be calm but be extremely explosive at the same time. And that's really what he represents, being fluid, being formless, shapeless, the whole be water.
Yeah.
That's what, to me, the running back position is. It's not about how big and strong and running through people you are. It's about, can you manipulate your body to gain more yards than what is asked of you? And in what ways can you do that? And that's how he fought, Be 30 guys on him. I don't care if it was scripted. It's just fun to watch. You know what I mean? I'm like, that dude just dropped 30 guys. It's like, yeah, well, 29 of them were just sitting back waiting on their one-on-one. That is the one part I always didn't understand in all the, the Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee movies. It's like, he never got jumped.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, he's got no shot. It's 30 on one.
Yeah.
But then it just gotten 30 one-on-ones. And you're like, dude, why did the guy not sneak him from behind?
Right.
And they would, but anyway, besides the point.
Made for some good movies.
Hell of movies.
Good
dude.
movies.
You sit down and watch a Bruce Lee film like as a kid, but I just always, I respected it, I liked it, and I thought it was extremely relatable. And that's why I liked it, because I think that's what football is. You don't run angry. Sometimes you do when the time calls for it.
Yeah. But
sometimes you're patient, sometimes you're fluid, sometimes you have to be fast, but you can't tense up.
Right.
It's just a fine balance, and I think there's a lot of similarities in martial arts, and even throwing a punch. You don't throw punches super stiff and angry. It's a very fluid motion.
Yeah. I always felt like finding that when I found my flow on the field, things just felt like they came natural, and you didn't have to script certain things. You didn't have to force certain things. They just kind of happened. And I think that's like it's where you want to get to.
Yeah.
But it takes time and practice to get there. And like for me, I like to do yoga, and I like to think about mindfulness. I like to meditate, and I'll go in and out of it. I'll go through months without meditating, but then I'll meditate for the first time and close my eyes, or like be at the end of a yoga session and be in my savasana, and like my mind just like loud, just chattery. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just hearing all these things. I just can't shut it off. But then like the next time I meditate, or the next session I do, a little bit quieter, and then it's like this practice of allowing the thoughts to come. And I've heard someone relate it like clouds. You don't fight the thoughts that come to your mind. They just come there, but they're just passing. You let them hit your brain, and then you let them pass, and like continuing to do that. And I personally think that type of mindfulness can apply to other places in your life, football being one of them, and being able to operate with that calm, and being able to play the next play without thinking about the last play. The last play's over.
Yeah.
Being able to really like focus on the ball and get off the rock. Like, that's what you're trying to do, get off the rock. And then you think about the other stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. I think that's crucial. That's the price of admission in order to, like, find that flow.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's practiced. It's like you can't. That's what I loved about Bruce Lee. It's like everything was training, always training. And it's because you lose it if you don't. You know, you can learn to be an expert, and then as soon as you stop, you're no longer an expert.
Right.
You lose that. And I think that's the same in football. That's why I think practice is so beneficial.
Yeah.
You have to see it. You have to know the timing of it. You have to look at the guys in front of you and know what they're doing. And you have to rep that constantly, because those, my running back coach, Bobby Turner, always says, you either form a habit or the habit forms you. So, like, you have to practice good habits all the time.
Yeah.
Pressing to the heels of the block, you know, not making the cut too early. Because when you do it all the time, it does become redundant. But as soon as you lose it, you do forget it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not natural anymore. It's not natural to, you know, run to fight, like, you know, on the Bruce Lee topic. It's not like a natural thing for a man to just fight another man.
Yeah.
You have to practice that, because if you don't fight for a while, you're going to get into a fight and lose.
Yeah. And that's the thing you have to practice in order to be successful in that thing. Same with football, but the principles of it you can apply to anywhere
100%.
in your life. You know, like doing the things over and over. And even when it does get redundant, even when you don't want to do it, continuing to do it, because it'll pay dividends.
Right.